must understand that border security is also health security. And you've all seen the wall is going up like magic. It's going up like magic. We will do everything in our power to keep the infection and those carrying the infection from entering our country. We have no choice. Whether it's the virus that we're talking about or many other public health threats, the Democrat policy of open borders is a direct threat to the health and well-being of all Americans. Now, you see it with the coronavirus. You see it.
Oh man, he goes there. President Trump goes there. This is what makes him so amazing. President Trump declares war on the Democrats' attempt to blame him for the spread of the coronavirus by reminding all of us that the Democrats' policy of open borders is a direct threat to the health of all Americans. We're going to take a look at Trump's brilliant political strategy in all this and contrast it with the political disaster that the Democrats have created for themselves and why President Trump will come out on top of all of this better and stronger than ever. Stay tuned. Greetings, everyone. Dr. Steve here. It's great to be with you as always. A happy Saturday to all of you. If this is your first time here at this channel, I post 2 videos a day analyzing current events in light of super awesome considered trends so you can live in the present in light of even better things to come. So if you haven't already done so, make sure to smack that bell and subscribe button. It'd be an absolute privilege to have you as a regular part of this channel where every single day we together celebrate the collapse of left-wing globalism and the unstoppable rise of a new conservative age. Before we get into Trump blaming Democrats for the spread of the coronavirus, make sure to download your free gift, which we put together just for you. We're calling it our Fake News Antidote. It's a compilation of about 20 sites that I go to for my news, and you can download it completely free at the link down below in the pinned comment section. I think you're really going to enjoy it. And finally, many health experts now agree that consuming collagen is crucial to renew and revitalize how you look and how you feel. It's being touted really as the greatest supplement to ever hit the market. It can do wonders for reducing wrinkles, strengthening hair and nails, supporting healthy pain-free joints, reducing cellulite, and even boosting metabolism, dropping those unwanted pounds. But did you know that most collagen supplements do not work at all? I mean, literally next to no benefit. So I encourage you to watch the free video at my site, healthwithsteveturley.com, or just simply click on the link below to learn about how to go about choosing the right collagen for you and the proper way to use it. That's healthwithsteveturley.com. All right, let's dive right in here. This is just too good. President Trump is countering the Democrats' attempt to politicize the coronavirus by declaring their policy of open borders a direct threat to the health and well-being of Americans. Speaking before a massive crowd at a South Carolina rally the other night, Trump stated that border security is most emphatically health security. Border security is health security. And the Democrats' policy of open borders is in fact a direct and severe threat to the health and well-being of every single American. Now, the president's remarks are being seen as his counter-assault on the Democrats' attempt, their shameless attempt at politicizing the coronavirus, led by Nancy the Ripper Pelosi and crying Chuck Schumer, and amplified by the mainstream Marxist media. The Democrats are trying to damage the president politically by claiming that he's incompetent to deal with the spread of the coronavirus. In fact, all this past week, the Marxist media has mocked and ridiculed the Trump administration's handling of the virus, even claiming at one point that Trump said the virus was all a hoax. But Trump fired back last night by pointing out the obvious. These left-wing liberal nuts are all champions of open borders. Every single left-wing activist disguised as a journalist trying to blame Trump for the spread of the virus is an open borders champion. Every single Democrat is an open borders champion. And that fact alone discredits anything that comes out of their mouths in terms of trying to lay blame at the feet of the president for the spread of the virus. Now, folks, this is why I don't think you have to worry in the least about the political impact of the coronavirus on President Trump. as long as Pelosi and Schumer and the Cuban communist Bernie Sanders are all for open borders, they completely and totally undermine any criticism they have of Trump's handling of the virus. At the very least, Trump got the closing of the borders right. That's an unassailable fact that the Democrats can't win against. Again, I think they're so pathetically devoid of any overall long-term political strategy that they don't think these things through. The Democrats and the Marxist media team up this week in a deliberate attempt to politicize the coronavirus. You even have Democrats start to call it the Trump virus in a completely desperate and pathetic attempt at politicizing. I mean, it's so obviously hokey. It's so contrived. It's so desperate, but they don't have the larger political perspective to see that they're the ones championing open borders. You actually have Pete Buttigieg, bada-boo, bada-bee. You have Mayor Pete coming out and saying that border walls won't protect you from the virus. I mean, think about how politically moronic such a statement is. Building a wall isn't going to protect you from the virus. Well, Pete, I think every thinking person on the planet recognizes it sure ain't gonna hurt. In fact, I think every thinking person on the planet recognizes that open borders all but guarantee the spread of the virus. So Trump is brilliant here. I think he's absolutely brilliant and bold. He's making explicit what we all know at an implicit level, that open borders are not just a threat to culture. They're not just a threat to employment or our safety in terms of terrorist threats and gangs and drugs. Open borders are a threat to our health. The Democrat policy of open borders is, in fact, a direct threat to the health and well-being of all Americans. So, I have to think, I really do, I have to think that trying to link Trump with the spread of the virus, the Democrats' attempt at mocking Vice President Mike Pence is incompetent in containing the virus. I have to think, gang, that was all preemptive. The Democrats must have known that Trump was going to hammer them. I mean, completely hammer them by exploiting their push at open borders. We all know that open borders renders any population vulnerable to viruses and diseases. Everybody knows this, okay? Think about it. I mean, kindergartners understand this. Your typical left-wing liberal will, out of one side of her mouth, yell and scream that border walls are racist, and then on the other side of her mouth, she'll excoriate the white man for coming over to the Americas from Europe and killing off the Native Americans because we brought smallpox with us. I mean, this is modern-day liberalism in a nutshell. Think anyone who opposes open borders is racist, and the white man is evil because he brought smallpox to the Native Americans. I mean, this is their absurdity. Just let that hit you in terms of its total and complete incoherence. Now, what President Trump is doing here is he's exploiting what's already well underway. Okay, while the Democrats are trying to desperately manufacture a connection between the spread of the virus and President Trump, Trump, by contrast, is exploiting a connection that the entire world's population is already quite organically making. Open borders right now, everyone agrees, is a health threat. Border security is health security. Border security is health security. When populations are told to quarantine themselves by staying at home and shutting their doors, everyone knows that entails shutting the borders of their national home as well. Again, this is what makes Trump so brilliant. He knows the trends that are going on already all over the world, the nationalist populist trends, and he just simply rides the wave. The Democrats are desperately trying to create issues, to manufacture issues that have no wave to ride. This is why anything and everything they try against Trump fails. He's riding these worldwide waves of nationalism and populism, and the Democrats are standing in the way of the waves, and what's happening is they're just getting knocked down every single time. We did a video on this. You'll definitely want to check this out. But the gist of it is that the coronavirus is making nationalist populists of us all. You're seeing articles out there on the internet by the Marxist media lamenting the fact that the coronavirus is causing countries to retreat more and more into what one pundit called their nationalist shells. Nation after nation is putting up their respective walls, as it were, reinforcing their borders in a direct attempt to keep their populations immune from the virus. And so what we're finding is that it's not just politics and economics and culture that are driving the world towards nationalist sentiments and solutions. What is it, gang? It's also pandemics. It's the spreading of disease through porous and permeable borders that's creating a very logical and indeed formidable sense that borders need to be secured, rendering any political advocacy of open borders implausible or absurd. And Trump knows this. And he's poised to once again take what the Democrats tried to use to politically damage him and use it as an even more powerful weapon against them. Now, before you go, you'll definitely want to check out the video I just did. I just uploaded on Macron's Paris imploding. You're not going to believe the damage Macron is inflicting on his nation, but it's inflicting even more damage on his own political future. You're going to love that. So make sure to click on the link and I'll see you over there. God bless.